Sangha, speaking on behalf of Unite the Union. Congress, Unite are supporting this motion, but with strong reservations, and I'd like to explain our reasons for that. Some of the worst exploitation of workers takes place in non-unionised workplaces: care, hospitality, pub and club chains, contract cleaning, and some parts of retail. The explosion of zero and short-hour contracts that started in these sectors has spread to other industries. We all know workers in precarious workplaces on chronic low pay, struggling to feed their families. We know bar workers who are forced to walk home at 2 a.m. because they cannot afford 2 hours' wages on a taxi. Young workers, and women in particular, are bearing the brunt of some of the worst abuses. Thousands of people without the collective solidarity of our trade union movement have no capacity to fight back against their draconian bosses. But where trade unions are organising, important gains are being made. Last week, Young Workers in Unite led protests against the Victorian employment practices of Sports Direct, a company that makes millions of pounds whilst delivering poverty to its workers. This summer, waiting staff in restaurant chains like Pizza Express, Giraffe and Zizi were confident enough to fight back and take action against the theft of part of their tips. These workers did that because they knew that they had a trade union in their corner fighting for their rights at work. We need to expose bad bosses, whether it be large chains or small independent businesses down the road. There are many battles ahead. In Congress, this really brings us to why Unite feel that we have serious reservations for this motion. Fast food workers in the US are an inspiration, a mass movement mobilising hundreds of thousands of people across the United States in their fight for justice. We congratulate the Bakers Union on the work being done so far, and we have worked with them on tackling this abuse on the high streets. But we believe a TUC campaign should take on the whole of retail, hospitality, cleaning and the catering industries in the fight against precarious work. As a movement, we need to take on more than just the exploitative practices taking place in fast food outlets. We need to broaden our work and build alliances across the whole of our movement, arguing for a positive vision of decent work for all. It is bigger than the narrow interests of small, unrepresentative groups who stand outside. We need to raise our sights. Workers in those sections need trade unions, and they need us to aim as high as possible and organise as well as possible. There is a whole generation who need a way to fight back against their employer, to challenge exploitation and to take power back for themselves. Let's give them the tools to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Suki.